20th century robot. You open your lungs on the table. Start wriggling and screaming. Anything that you are able. You cannot do much. For you are disabled. You are a tin, you are a tin. Without a label. And you start to learn and take things in. Will you be fat, or will you be thin? An angel harmless, committing no sin. You are getting programmed by your next of kin. Peter, Peter. But you do not look around. They are trying to program you. With your personal sound. They repeat like a hungry hound. They never leave you, they are always around. No matter where you go, you are always found. Does Peter like this? But you cannot answer. As they fill you up with robot dinner. Telly, window, chair, door. You look at them blank, as they tell you more. They take you here, they take you there. Frightening things give you a scare. Their robot world you are beginning to share. Then you see them so often that you do not care. Then you go to your parents at their command. Knowing you are safe and that you will not be harmed. You begin touching things, your mind goes astray. Then you get punished, only touch what I say. Do this, do that. Dog, mouse, bird, cat. Learning, 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 your hunger for knowledge is really yearning. Bottle, cup, knife, spoon, and fork. All these things your mind has caught. Then your purity starts to warp. Now your mind will never halt. Now we have done all we can do. The best place for you now is to go to school. So you are led to school, hand in hand. And you are ready to be further programmed. You are a tin, you are a tin. You are still unable. You are tin, you are a tin. You are still unlabeled. You are a tin, you are a tin. A lurking talent within. Tin, 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 tin. 20th Century Robot Part 2. You go to school and they order you around. Discipline, they say, be quiet, not a sound. So you sit there frightened. As they drum things into your head. Yes, our world is enlightened, for now we know our A to Z. You finally leave school and get a job, a 40-hour week. The rest of your time is spent down the pubs. To find the female that you seek. You eventually find her and you have some kids. In the turmoil of life, you are amidst brat chaos and you nearly blow your lid and your life is full of strife. You are then tied down. You cannot go out. Unless a babysitter can be found. You are left home without a shout. So your kids grow up and they leave home. And you are too old to hit the town. So you sit there with your wife all alone. With the same old daily sounds. Tuned into the drone. You go to work all day. And then come home to the paper. You then watch telly. Oh. That is on today. Pendragon the Mighty Crusader. Every day is the same routine. For you are just a 20th century machine. Then, you grow old and then you die. And what if there is no heaven in that sky? What point were you then to have been alive? For you were a robot until you died? Did anyone really know about you? Were you a myth, or were you true? 20th century robot, that is all you were. 20th century robot. with no point on this earth. 20th century robot, just a mechanical piece. 20th century robot, you gave the government a feast. For you were a robot, you did not bother to hide. You were a robot until you died. Fantasy government. We will give you this, we will give you that. We will give you bliss. Generosity is not our lack. Perhaps reduce the tax, get you more jobs. The other government sat, they were loud-mouth yobs. England must get back on its feet, nowhere else can compete. We promise you that we will make a clean sheet. Your every desire we shall meet. So, we gave them our vote and they did drop our tax. But they put up the VAT, so what do you think of that? The dole queue is getting worse, there are people losing jobs. You would be better off in a hearse, the government are all sods. Loud-mouth Thatcher, she loves to be seen. She thinks that the nation loves her, she thinks she's better than the Queen. Will Russia stay in Afghanistan? America is ready to fight. Britain is here with you, we are your loyal fan, she shouts with all her might. It is all right for her to say that we will fight. But it is us who will be called up on the day, yes, she will be all right. It is our lives that will be stripped away. And if the war gets out of hand and the nuclear bombs move in, we will all be turned to sand, she will be safe in her protective bin. If the bomb drops in England, they say, 60% will live. That means 40% would have passed away. Such information to give. They say if the bomb drops near you, put your beds against the wall. Yes, let this be your defensive move, and that way you will not fall. Perhaps you will survive the man-made hell. Why don't they just say it will stop the smell? They are killing us, can you not see? And we voted them in, because of their mirage of humility. It will be worse than Hitler's sin. Hitler murdered millions of Jews. For doing this he was condemned. Our government have the power that they are willing to use to bring the world to its end. Hitler did murder the Jews and it was truly wrong. But they will murder the whole wide world. And they are so happy singing their song. Can they not see what they will do? They have bitten off more than they can chew. Once it starts we cannot retreat. And we are the subs upon the seat. They condemn a murderer for killing a man. But they will kill billions with the twitch of their hand. We will have to die if they command, as their nuclear shit hits the fan. They are safe in their shelter, they will not be harmed and will be dead upon their farm. Leave it alone, you cannot handle the power. For your sweetness in Britain has turned sour. Stop it now, why you can still repent. Stop being a fantasy government. Fantasy government, fantasy government. That is all that you are. Fantasy government, fantasy government. A dictator by far. You have done us no good, and that is understood. You were going to get us on our feet. Well, you have had your time as the last order chimes and your program is incomplete. Do you want to repent, because your rules are bent? You are not heaven sent, for you are a fantasy government. Nuclear warning. It is coming. It is coming. Get ready, it is coming. Your life is nearly over and there is no use running. Parliament to their shelters, citizens to their houses, our time on earth is nearly up, and it's not long until it melts us. This is a nuclear warning, you will not see another morning. This is a nuclear warning, no one left to do the mourning. The air will soon be burning, the children will soon be learning, that life is sweet for society's elite and the rest of us will be burning. Those who pushed the buttons take your cyanide pill. Wolves dressed up as mutton and they went in for the kill. There is no World War III, just nuclear rain. Take a last look in your mirrors, those who are vain. Because your skin will drop off and your hair will fall out. A nuclear broth. Are you ready to melt? It is only a theory what the bombs can do. It could do more or less. But we are going to find out what is true. And there will definitely be a mess. The world's population will be dropping soon. And that is not a guess. The corrupt will not get to heaven, even if they confess. Those of you who survive, meet in the town centers. And thank no one for being alive as we climb out of the nuclear trenches. We will march to the country for disease will be in town. Do not touch any food, just leave it on the ground. Bombs over England, now you can only help yourselves. Population thinned, climb under your protective shells. Stick to the guidelines of your leaflets. When this recording fades, we will regain transmission. But do not lay a bet for a few traumatic days, just wait for the intermission. Nuclear attack. Nuclear attack. Nuclear attack. Nuclear attack. This is a red alert, get in your protective shelters. This is damnation's bedtime spurt if you start to burn close up your filters. Keep your radio on, until yellow alert it is said, then your nuclear hibernation has ended, so just stay put and stay in your bed and get some rest and feel defended. Pollution. Cars, lorries, buses, and planes letting loose their fumes. We are killing our air and we do not care, and it will kill us soon. Deodorant, polish, lacquer, aerosols is their name. Taking away the ozone layer. And all you say is what a shame. Oil slicks and refuge is ruining the sea. The fish will soon be dying. Because of you and me. Roads, buildings, railways, taking up the land. Don't worry about the animals. We have made it better for man. All these things that I say, humanity has done. Will we die while we are ahead? Destroying all our fun. When we lived in the caves, there was no pollution then. Our hunting skills we could not save. But our knowledge found no end. As we began to learn, we began to construct. The world's resources we began to burn. Using the earth treasures we gladly sucked, and we will end our turn. Destroying nature, breaking every rule. We showed the world that people rule. Without knowing we were cruel. Pollution will make us eventually fall. We was not satisfied by just destroying the land. We wanted more of the pie, so we destroyed man. Wars broke out, get what you can. So with weapons and bombs we polluted the land, taking other countries to increase our power. From millennia to millennia our knowledge did tower. So nuclear bombs were invented, a bomb to stop all wars. Our world could soon be ended, and pollution is the cause. Everything that could be attacked by pollution, we have gladly done. Some people search for a solution, but can it be undone? We venture out into space, searching for other creatures. We will probably lie off our face that we are peaceful, we are the seekers. We also search for other lands that we could colonize, so we could pollute it too with the long arm of man, no matter what the size. We will smash our world with humanity's fist, and all of our cahooting. And it's nuclear war as they just can't resist, so let's all do some looting. Man's pollution will fight us soon. From the aerosol to the nuclear boom, we will all eat our humble pie as we dance gladly to the tune as we die. All these things that I wrote down here about pollution and hoarding, we should record it in a satellite and say that this is not just a recording. This is how we came to an end. These are man's mistakes. Do not make them. This message we send. If you have started, put on your brakes. We are probably dead by now, because we could not find a solution. We lack the knowledge, we lack the know-how, and we were killed by our own pollution. Pollution. Will we ever stop? Pollution. Before we rot. Pollution. How long have we got? Pollution. It's beginning to get hot. Pollution. No protection from the sun. Pollution. Death for everyone.